this match will face Lapis in the loser as finals. Interesting part of this one is that Lapis has been knocked into losers by BeJay. So it could be a pretty interesting matchup, but another interesting matchup is this one, Supahsemmie versus BeJay.
Because here we go, and it's looking like none of these players are gonna draw first blood just yet. Oh, there it is, just a shield poke with Nikita. An uneventful first strike here in what is going to be a very eventful winners finals.
I hope so, at least. Supahsemmie, of course, is gonna have quite a difficult time finding an opening against a defensive snake like BeJay with the grenade in the hand. It's gonna be a bit more difficult to approach, or at least correctly get in a disadvantageous situation. But once he gets in there, it is Snake. It is a pretty pretty bad character disadvantage if he does not get to pull that grenade. And if you space that correctly, especially with the forward air or the up air, that should be fine.
Right, and it looks like Semi is taking it easy, you know. He is not pulling out as many projectiles as I've seen him in some other matches, being very careful not to hit any grenades that consequently would blow up right next to him.
Yeah, he seems to be currently just... He currently seems to be standing under a C4. No, he seems to be just trying to force BeJay away from his like little safe haven of the platform, because that's where he usually has been on these types of stages. We saw the Pokemon Stadium 2 as well. He usually likes to just convert one platform into his own. And Semi's been trying to get him out of there, trying to get him in the middle of the stage.
It's going to be very difficult with the C4, of course, controlling a big bubble around the platform. And it's going to be even more eventful on small battlefield than it normally is on Pokemon Stadium 2, given that the stage is actually a bit more narrow. So there isn't even as much space between the platforms as you would get on Pokemon Stadium 2.
Oh, misses the up tilt, would not have killed, but would have done a lot of damage.
Oh, there goes Nikita.
Oh, bit difficult situation for Supahsemmie. Gets out of there though. Such a difficult match trap to escape from. Now it is BeJay. Oh my god, uses the grenade to his advantage, and Supahsemmie picking up his first stock with the down air. Still 160%, excuse me, 0%.
Right.
On his last
BeJay
stock though.
Has been getting amazing mileage out of these ledge straps, and he has a big lead over Supahsemmie, about a whole stock. And Semi needs to find a way to either just not get put in these ledge trap situations or find a way out of them. Because that's where BeJay really has been putting on the hurt in Supahsemmie.
It's basically he denies Supahsemmie from playing actual projectile-based neutral by those grenades, by the C4 placement, and then just sticking to his guns there. But especially in the on the corner, as you said, it's really difficult, or at least really risky for Supahsemmie to get back onto the stage.
Yes, it is. Oh, great roll in. That doesn't get covered by the down tilt. But Supahsemmie is having a really big issue, you know, getting these neutral wins. It's just BeJay hitting back airs, grenades, and Supahsemmie isn't really playing as fast or proactive as I know him. And another ledge trap is gonna take the stock. I don't know what happened there, man, but Supahsemmie, man, he just got rounded up.
He just got pushed to the corner, and he couldn't get out of there, at least not without taking any form of damage or losing the advantage he had at that point. Which means that BeJay becomes some kind of impenetrable fortress.
Now I know we had a break, and the lasagna did hit him pretty hard, so maybe he's still in that post-dinner dip that he has to kind of awaken from.
Someone tried to poison lasagna.
Yeah, BeJay poisoned his lasagna, that must be it.
I think that's the tactic. Alright, we're gonna go. This is the stage I expected a bit of a bigger stage, but also a flat stage at one point. And I think that's gonna have a huge impact on the way Supahsemmie can properly approach BeJay. Gets the up B. First one of the set actually, and has to kind of find a way again to get BeJay off the platform into a bad position, because those B reverses are doing God's work. And that's another thing with Y.Link. He does have pretty decent airspeed, but he has to commit to a jump. Once he is in the air, it's very hard for him to properly turn around.
Right. Not unlike Snake in that regard. Oh wow, sucks him in with the spin attack. That's a nice little combo.
95% for BeJay.
He is still playing a slower pace than I'm used from him, but he has been avoiding all these grenades and other neutral options that Snake has much better than in game one. You know, I don't necessarily mind Semi playing a bit slower and pacing himself better with his projectiles. But the reward from that is supposed to be that you can react better to what Snake is doing. Beautiful little confirm there with a soft nair to a forward smash, but on a big stage like Tower City, it's not going to be enough. Neither is that forward air going to be. He's going to need yet another confirm.
Yeah, 150%. Almost anything will basically do it at that point. Even like a forward tilt at the ledge, but then you have to get it. You have to find an opening, as you said. There he is, gets the fire arrow in. A bit of a sloppy approach from BeJay there, not shielding that fire arrow, and catches him with the forward air.
Okay.
And we're starting misinputting that back air.
Yeah, otherwise you would got a triple back air, and the lead is just so important in a matchup like this. So Semmie is looking really strong here, gets a nice little double up air, and I think he's going to be able to take it much further before his stock is taken.
Good boomerang to disable the Nikita for a bit. Gets away just with a sliver of space from that up tilt, but the C4 is going to catch him off guard. And Supahsemmie now down to his second stock.
Okay, bombs flying everywhere. He's stuck on the platform. But, you know, you just hold shield and you're probably going to be alright.
You hold shield and you hope for the best.
Okay, can he catch his landing? Snake isn't the best lander, all he really has is grenades and a lot of reverses, but it's really awkward to try and catch those landings from really high up where he can go with a Cypher. It's just so unusual that even though it isn't that good per se, or that much less vulnerable than other characters, it feels really weird trying to juggle him like that.
Especially like since he gets a lot of momentum from those D reversals. It just flings to the other side, and it makes a recovery that is otherwise quite predictable in terms of trajectory. Really difficult to properly keep in mind what options.
Well, that's right. If you do get a read on the B reverse directions, though, you should be able to get a pretty big punish on Snake. Oh, but now Snake might get a pretty big punish on Supahsemmie. Mortars are flying everywhere. He's trying to get him with a forward air. And Semmie is just desperately trying to avoid these moves, making sure he does not get an early stock. Because this, by all means, should be Semmie's second stock.
Bit of a panic here, but down tilt in the upper is going to do it. Still, I did not quite like the way that setup was achieved. It's still a bit difficult for him to properly get through him, but he is in the lead. Gets another spin attack there. BeJay now having difficulties finding a platform to stay on that Supahsemmie isn't constantly contesting. He's getting a lot of mileage on there, scares him, and gets the grab punish with the up tilt. Now, both players at their last stock. It may seem like a bit of an advantage for Supahsemmie, but Snake can do so much damage in a short amount of time.
Yeah, comparing to their second stocks, it seemed like BeJay closed the gap by about 20%, but that's not that much. Not that much.
It's okay, but it's not that amazing that you can win games with it. Slowly but surely, though, Supahsemmie is just trying to see which projectile he can hit, which projectile he can use to interrupt the Nikita, most importantly. And what you can use, finds the arrow, but does not get any more out of that than that. That should be it, though.
Yes, it is. He almost fell out, but I was holding my breath. But the final hit was unfortunately the one that did connect.
Thank God they fixed that, quote unquote.
Yeah. Fixed that sometimes.
Sometimes. It sometimes cooperates.
Yeah,
But
I think there was a good game for Supahsemmie compared to the first one. It was a much wider stage, and he definitely made use of all that room to avoid the grenades and make sure he always had enough space to retreat if BeJay tried to get in with a dash attack or something.
Yeah. So I presume that Supahsemmie bans PS2 and Small Battlefield at least, and that's something he doesn't like. So we're gonna go to Battlefield.
Yeah, but is that gonna play that much differently? Like, how much time are you gonna spend on the top platform?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Yeah, but at least it is more tricky to properly stay in the middle of those platforms. It's like a very small space, especially with a very high double jump Snake, that you can use to float in between them, you know, or drop the C4 in the middle of the stage there. So yeah, it is going to be a platform camp heavy fiasco, as per usual with what we've seen so far.
Yeah, we can see Semmie taking it easy. He knows how important that first lead is in a matchup like this.
Yeah, and he has it.
And he has it. I mean, it's serious.
Yeah.
The stock lead, you know, that's where it really gets started.
I mean, you can win a game with this.
You could.
If you want.
Could. Let's see if you got 7 minutes.
Alright, slowly, yeah, it's the pace of the game is just down the drain at this point. And they both don't want to particularly interact with each other.
That's right, Supahsemmie slowing it down to a crawl, so he always have enough time to avoid these grenades. And like you said, you could win a game with this.
Could win. Like, if it's the way to go, sure.
And BeJay finally gets his first hits, 1 to 4% from grenade hits. And I mean literally the grenade, not the explosion, the grenade. Oh, Sammy losing his patience just a bit, and now BeJay is in the lead again.
I want to remind you that we've passed nearly a minute and a half, and a grand total of 53% has been done at this point. Now we're currently at almost, watch out, 80%. Watch out, it might go too quickly.
It seems like they lost their patience just a little though, because a bit of scrapping happened here or there. But you might be right, at this pace, we might be well on our way to a timeout.
Yeah, it's not particularly going fast, since both players, or at least Supahsemmie, needs a bit of a setup in order to properly get his skills. BeJay is not going to interact at all, it seems, for this game. So he also might take his time for the kills. He's going to look for an up tilt at this point, though. And again with that ledge trap, gets out of, rolls in between the mortar explosions. And that air dodge bait is going to secure the first stock for BeJay.
Right, he got the sweet spot too. And about 1/3 of the time have passed, and we also have 1/3 of Sammy's stocks gone. So we are still on track for a timeout.
Yeah, it's going on that pace.
Especially if BeJay is gonna keep it to the platforms like this and not interact with Sammy at all. And of course, why would he? Why would he? Look at what he got right there. A grenade to a down air did like 36%. He's getting the C4 hits. He doesn't need to come down air and fight.
And I like those down air fast falls so much. They are so hard to punish because you never know if he's going to float a bit in the air or he's going to be instantly on the ground. There is not much landing lag after that one. Now Supahsemmie almost finds the kill, but BeJay carefully staying in position.
Supahsemmie really needs to get the stock now, and he does. Great catch. That's like I said before, if you get a read on the B reverse, he is actually pretty vulnerable as he gets him with a sweet up air. And now I think we can really start to assume that we're going to a timeout. And that means every percent matters. You might think at the start of the game, you know, okay, what are those little percents based on boomerangs, fire, arrows, grenades? Well, they're gonna matter a whole lot as that timer keeps ticking.
Okay, Sammy kind of aggressive right now, getting right in BeJay's face for a good chunk of time here. Gets for that one, tries to get the second one, but it does not connect. BeJay now sending him off to the side of the stage and re-grabbing the percentage lead and the stock lead with that back air.
Yeah, that's a big hit for BeJay, and I think that means we are definitely not gonna get a timeout, because that means Sammy really has to start forcing something now. Because, you know, playing for timeout is very much an option as long as you both have the same stock count.
Yeah.
Because a lead extending when the other has the stock lead, that's just way worse when timeout is what you're going for. He needs to confirm, he's trying to get these bombs, he's trying to get these boomerangs, but he just can't get past. Too impatient with the Nikita. Tries to get him with 4 there.
Luckily blocks the C4 so that could not. Oh! Cute setup there, and that long-lasting backer hitbox is gonna clip him out of there.
Dash tech too weak, and he air dodges out of the up air. Sammy just a tiny bit too late. The grenade saving him from a punish, and a raw down air is gonna end BeJay's second stock. But look at this, 109% to about 30.
Okay, but don't forget, Supahsemmie is on the offensive. Found a hit is gonna keep continuing this pressure. BeJay now needs to regain his composure.
Yeah, I think he's taken back to the platforms. Here come the grenades, Nikitas and C4s. Remember that C4 was there on the leftmost platform. You just create a whole bubble there where it becomes really risky for your opponent to pass through.
Yeah.
BeJay getting a bit more aggressive again. Now he's retreating back to the grenades and Nikitas. C4 on the left platform, you can't get there.
And the thing that we also have to watch out for is that C4 is going to kill even if you're standing under the platform. It is still fresh. Get that Nikita out of there, dude.
Okay.
Now BeJay looking for the final hit.
He's getting a bit closer, but he got hit and instantly got scared. He takes back to the air, back to the platform.
Yeah, I do not want to be here anymore. Oh! Tries to get something out of there, but a bit of spaghetti is going to send Supahsemmie off stage again. Has to recover now. Nikita flying high.
And all of a sudden, timeout is back on the board. Look at the timer. We're almost entering 1 minute range.
Okay, Supahsemmie now slowly finding his way in. That
Down throw?
should be a back throw.
Still not going for the down throw. There's the Nikita, and Semi waits just long enough to avoid it. Gallop attack to get closer to the president. Oh, and with only 55 seconds left on the timer, Semi clutches it out with a beautiful fire arrow confirmed.
That must be devastating for BeJay because he has been camping so hard with these grenades, making sure that he never gets to interact with Supahsemmie. And in the end, the small amount of times he got out of that position, he lost the game for it.
Right, right. And there were a couple of times where he just kind of lost his patience and started interacting again. Even though the platform camping was kind of working.
Yeah.
I can only think, what if in every single one of those he would have stuck to the platforms? Then I think we would have had a timeout on our hands.
And we're gonna see this game. Maybe if it's gonna be the case. Going back to Battlefield. You do not want PS2.
Yeah, of course those tactics are rather dependent on getting a nice early lead, and let's find out if Sammy's gonna let that happen. I don't think he will, just like that, considering how close he got in the previous game.
Okay, no punish. Spaghetti.
Big spaghetti from BeJay. That's unfortunate because Sammy has been building up a nice little lead, and that could have been the equalizer. Sammy even falling out of his down air right now.
Okay, yeah, BeJay looking a bit more shook. Also going in with the dash tag, kind of against his whole game plan that he's been trying to pull off. Tries to go in with a lot more grenades or aggressive placements of them at least.
Right, I think BeJay is slightly losing his composure after the great but measured and well-paced start of Supahsemmie. Okay, reverting back to the grenades and then Nikita. Accidental footstool, but he gets the grab.
Good option. Backer up smash. Not going to take the stock, but going to be a lot of damage for Supahsemmie. Very high bomb there.
Yeah, excellent lob right there from Supahsemmie. He doesn't wait for the second hit. And here's the ledge trapping where Semi took so much damage last game.
Good weight on the get up there.
Wow, and the forward tilt. You don't expect that to kill on the Y.Link, but it does.
It actually does. It does quite well. Snake the heavy boy and wasn't like 140 or something, so it's okay, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to kill, not at all.
Okay, now Supahsemmie again, getting that first grab in. Answering that with a back air. Oh, and these neutral get-ups from Supahsemmie near ledge are getting red, and now Boomerang just a tad too late in order to deactivate that Nikita hitbox.
Yeah, he tried to go for Nikita like I said. That was actually kind of a good plan. Now he's back at the ledge again and he instantly loses the lead. That's the
shield break!
You cannot take a charge forward smash on your shield. You definitely can't take one after your shield has already eaten a grenade explosion. And all of a sudden BeJay is looking amazing here in game number 2 with a lead like we haven't seen before.
No, and now he actually can execute his plan of trying to be a bit more aggressive. He has such a big lead on Supahsemmie that he should be able to do that. Then again, Supahsemmie shouldn't be allowing that in the first place.
No, he shouldn't. But here we are, and he has to play an almost perfect game, I think, to make this comeback, because he got 1 or 2 more punishes.
Oh my god, Semi, please!
I mean, that's exactly what he needs to do, because he can't let the Snake live for much longer. If Snake has 1 or 2 more good punishes, he's gonna be in kill percent himself, so, you know, he's just not gonna let him have it and confirms yet another fire arrow and yet another forward air, which brings him to about equal.
And to be fair, the amount of damage Semi has done in that one interaction, like of course he lost the second stock due to his shield break, but getting more off of one interaction seems to be the more important part in this game for now. Even though he is behind, he knows that he does a lot more damage, a lot more destruction. Yeah, with each interaction he wins.
BeJay's in the lead, but he does feel on the back foot. And now he's not even in the lead anymore after yet another nice little juggle from Supahsemmie. He's playing this neutral so consistently, he has been winning every interaction for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, and that grenade kind of sealing his recomposure of the stage. Has to do with the corner. Okay, regains his control over the stage. Another ledge attempt and back air up smash is going to be it. And that means that Supahsemmie is advancing through to the grand finals on the winner's